American boy here, AMB123, and today I'm here with a reaction video on top 10 bizarre laws around the world. We live in a very complicated world, countries with different kind of laws we don't all understand, and today I'm reacting to the top 10 bizarre laws in the world. So without wasting my time, bro, let's get to this video and react to some videos. You know how we do it.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at the 10 weirdest laws from around the world. So we all know that some laws are really weird in the world, but for some of these I had no idea they existed, and I don't think some of these should be allowed. But some of these could actually help you in your life, like a life hack or something, so definitely drop a like if you enjoy. Let's aim for 6,000 likes on this video because it massively helps me out. So coming in at number 10, we have flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. So this law is coming from Switzerland, and basically if you're in Switzerland, you're not actually allowed to flush a toilet after 10 p.m. and that's already a pretty crazy and dumb law, but the reason for this law is even more dumb. Basically, the whole big reason why it's technically illegal to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. in Switzerland is because it's counted as noise pollution, which basically means you're being so loud you're disturbing other people around you. I mean, damn, how loud are Swiss toilets? No, but for real though, this law is just so dumb. Like, do they just want everyone to wet the bed or something? I mean, I already do that enough. This law does not help. Okay, I'm kidding. But to be honest, I don't feel too bad for Swiss people, because I highly doubt that anyone actually obeys this law. And also, they couldn't even know it was you, unless they have toilet police or something. But I mean, come on, I doubt they have. Oh shit. So next up we have more than one kid. So this law is from China and it's pretty weird and just really controlling. So I'm guessing most of you guys live in America or Europe, and it's common to see families with 2 kids, 3 kids, maybe even up to 6 kids, and who knows, maybe you're even in one of those families. Well, if you are, then count yourself lucky that you don't live in China, because parents in China are restricted to only having 1 child. And the reason for this does kind of make sense. Basically, before this law, the death rates were really low and the birth rates were really high. And basically, China's population was getting so huge. I mean, they already had a population of 1.4 billion, and to put that into perspective, the USA only has a population of 317 million. So yeah, they introduced this law basically to have less people. But I mean, I don't know, it does seem like the government are being pretty controlling, and I would imagine it would get kind of lonely if you don't have any siblings. But what do you guys think? Should they have done this or not? So next up we have unmarried women parachuting on Saturdays. So I had to put this one on this list because of how insanely specific this one is. So this one is coming from Florida in America, and basically it means that women who aren't married aren't allowed to parachute on Saturdays. And I mean, this is a pretty common thing, so I'm surprised they banned it. Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. I doubt this happens too much. But I wonder, if you were an unmarried woman and you tried to go parachuting on a Saturday, if the company who does it would let you. If any of you guys fit that criteria, then try this and tell me if it works. But yeah, even though a lot of people saw this law as outdated, they never got rid of it, and it's mostly because it's known as one of those weird and funny old American laws. So yeah, even though this is kind of unfair, I doubt it affects that many people. So next up we have longbow. So this law is coming from England, where I live, and basically in England it turns out it's the law that men over the age of 12 in England have to do 2 hours of longbow training every week. I mean, damn, I never do that, but I'm sure it's fine. Oh shit, no, not again, no. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. This law obviously is never used anymore, and I didn't even know it was a law. This law actually came about in 1514 when Henry VIII was the king. So yeah, this is so old and never used, but for some reason they never got rid of this law. And in 2012, the chairman of Law Commission in England tried to get this law removed, but for some reason it still hasn't been removed, and today it's just one of those laws that they never got around to removing. In fact, it's probably illegal to have a bow and arrow without a license nowadays, knowing England. But yeah, if you guys never see me again, then just know I've been locked up for not doing my bow and arrow training.
Ew, you funny.
So next up we have being fat. So if you guys are overweight and also in Japan, then how are you watching this? You should be in jail! No, but seriously, it's actually illegal in Japan to be overweight. And what's really weird about this is that sumo wrestling comes from Japan, where you basically compete to be the heaviest person. Well, okay, not exactly, but it does help. So yeah, Japanese people who are between the ages of 46 and 74 have to have their waistlines measured at least once a year. And if they don't fit the criteria, they have to seek medical assistance straight away. To be honest, I don't know if there's some kind of exception for sumo wrestlers, because I don't even know if they have a tape measure that big. And you can't get arrested for being overweight, but apparently you can actually get a fine if you don't do something about it. But yeah, I don't think this is actually too bad of a law, because it makes people healthier. But then again, some people say the government is being a little bit too controlling, and sometimes people have medical problems that make them fat, and I guess I agree with that too, but I'll let you guys make up your own minds on this one. So next up we have incest marriages. So this one has got to be one of the creepiest ones on this entire video. So basically in Alabama in America, incest marriages are technically legal. And if you guys don't know what incest means, it's basically where you're in a relationship with a family member. And I don't mean just cousins and shit, I mean like literally marrying your mum or dad. And Alabama is the only state in America that allows you to do this. So yeah, if any of you guys from other states have a crush on that weird uncle, then too bad. I just think this is really weird, and some people even think it should be totally illegal. And some people are actually trying to get this banned, not just because it's really weird, but also because, you know, the whole hillbilly marrying their cousin stereotype. Yeah, that's basically where this comes from, and people don't want to be seen like that. But yeah, this is probably one of the most controversial laws in America, so I had to put it on this list. So next up we have dying in the Houses of Parliament. Now this is a really dumb one coming from England, and I'm not talking about me. So basically in England we have this thing called the Houses of Parliament where politicians talk about stuff. So I guess it's kind of like Congress in America where they have meetings and stuff. But it turns out that a law got made in 1811 that made it literally illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament. So yeah, let's say you're a politician and you just die in the Houses of Parliament, you get taken to jail instead of hospital. Well, okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I mean this is a really crazy law. Like, how can you blame a guy for dying? And to be honest, I doubt any punishment or whatever would be given if someone actually did die in the Houses of Parliament. But we have no way to know because no one has actually died in the Houses of Parliament yet. Well, except this guy.
The national deficit is not rising. It's rising. It's falling. The national debt is...
Yeah, that's the kind of banter these guys have. But anyway, this one is a really weird and dumb law. So next up is paid in full, and this one is kind of a life hack. So have you guys ever gone out to eat and finished your food, but they give you some shit like this and you're just not full after you finish your food? Well, if you live in Denmark and this happens to you, then you don't even have to pay for the food. I mean, damn, can you imagine doing that in America? They get mad if you don't tip there, let alone not pay at all. But I mean, although this law is good, if a restaurant basically scams you and gives you barely any food, but I mean, what if someone like this guy comes into your restaurant? I mean, seriously though, there are some greedy ass guys who could just come in and get unlimited food. And because they can't really test how full you actually are, the law's just left up to your opinion. But then again, I would feel kind of bad abusing this law, so I doubt that too many people get like tons of food. So next up we have not smiling. Hey, are you having a bad day? Oh, you are? Well then get in jail, how dare you? And that's exactly how a policeman in Milan in Italy would react if they saw you weren't smiling. Well, okay guys, not exactly, but I mean it is actually against the law to not smile in Milan. Wow. Today, I lost my job, all my friends died, and I found out I have AIDS.
Long live Queen Elizabeth.
What?
I am so fucking happy shit. So yeah, it's crazy, but technically true, you have to smile, and if you don't obey this law, you could actually get a big fine. The only times you're allowed to not smile is at funerals and hospital visits, and this law came around in the 1800s and has never been removed. This sounds like some North Korea shit, like forcing people to smile, what? And I don't know how many policemen actually enforce this, because it's so ridiculous, but if any of you guys are from Milan or have been there, then let me know if this is still a thing that people are doing or not. And coming up last on this list, we have eating in a place that's on fire. So when you guys go out to eat, you want to eat at a place that's fire, right? But yeah, in Chicago, you literally can't eat in a place that's on fire. So if your favorite restaurant burns down in the middle of your meal, then by law in Chicago, you have to stop eating. And I have no idea why this is a law. I mean, it's just common sense. And I don't know what happened to make them make this law. Like, was some guy in a burning restaurant, but his food was so good, he just had to keep eating and died? I have no clue, but I think this is such a weird and dumb idea. And who knows if you would actually get in trouble with the law if you actually did this for some reason. In fact, I'd be interested to know what happens. So if you live in Chicago, then set fire to your house, eat something, and see if you get arrested. I'm just kidding guys, don't actually do that. But yeah, that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you guys can vote for the weirdest law. For me it's dying in the Houses of Parliament, just because how are you going to blame a guy for dying? Well, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe!
So guys, that's the end of the video. It's AMB boy here. Thanks for watching. I'm out.